Welcome to the tutorial on auditing. The topic of this tutorial is audit documentation. This is the second part of this topic. In this second part, we are going to discuss about the audit notebook. Audit notebook is a book that is maintained by the audit clerk. At the time of auditing, the audit clerk come across several difficulties that need to be discussed with the senior or the auditor. That means if any issues that need to be discussed with the senior or any auditor, then the audit clerk take notes in a book. That book is known as audit notebook. That means an audit notebook is a written record of queries made. Audit notebook is a written record of replies received thereto, and audit notebook is a written record of correspondence entered into. That means the summary of response which has been entered into the notebook. That means audit notebook is the book which is maintained by the audit clerk, and it's a written record for writing the queries, replies, and ultimately the summary of replies. This audit notebook is a great supporting tool for the auditor for preparing the audit report, because it acts as a record for writing the opinion in the audit notebook. In this slide, we are going to learn about the contents of the audit notebook. In the audit notebooks, we need to write down the points which come across while working as an auditor. We can see the contents are a list of books of account maintained by the client, the names of the principal officers, their powers, duties, and responsibilities, the technical terms used in the business, the points which require further explanation and clarification. That means at the time of auditing, the audit clerk may face some difficulties or need some explanation regarding any points. Those points should be written in the notebook so that he or she can collect the explanation and clarification from the concerned authority for writing the audit report. The audit clerk can also write the particulars about the missing vouchers and the duplicates of which have to be obtained. That means if there is any missing vouchers, and for that missing vouchers, what type of duplication should be taken, that type of information should be recorded in the audit notebook. The mistakes and errors discovered by the audit clerk. The other contents of audit notebook are: the audit clerk should write down the totals or balances of the certain books of account, the notes and queries which might be required at a subsequent time. The type of queries and notes should be written in the audit notebook for getting the explanation from the concerned authority. The next content is the points which have to be incorporated in the audit report. That means audit notebook will work as a supporting tools because it will remind you the important point which should be included in the audit report. And the next content is any matter which requires discussion with the senior or with the auditor. And the next one is accounting method followed in the business. That means what accounting standards or principles are followed by the entity. That information should also be noted in the audit notebook. And the last one is any provisions or conditions in the articles of association and memorandum of association that influence or affect the accounts and audit. Those provisions or conditions should be noted in the audit notebook. So These are the contents or elements or issues that should be recorded or noted in the audit notebook. This audit notebook will be a written record which will help the auditor for preparing the audit report. Thank you.